All right. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. I just want to make sure everything is going good right now. Okay. Okie dokie. So I think we are good now. All right, cool. Let's see. Wait, let's get this switched over. Okay, that's working now. Do, 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 do. Just making sure we're getting the sound over the here. That's going on the game. No, damn. Okay. Seriously? All right, cool. And that works. Trying to remember all of my buttons now. There we go. All right, cool. Do 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 ba 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 ba. All right. So where am I? Okay. All right. So it's been a while since I actually played this game. I'm gonna say that right now. This is Scrapmechanic, and we're just gonna do a build. So I had somebody on my channel, on my YouTube channel specifically, that are having problems with their build, and it's my build is not the most fantastic thing on the face of the I am very basic. I like to use a lot of mods when I originally played this game. In fact, if you go into my library here, a lot of the stuff I have does utilize mods, and except for a couple things here, um, and it's just like it's they don't work anymore. They don't work anymore just for the simple fact that when Scrap Mechanic did their update, it just stopped working. Um, I actually did some like huge builds. In fact, I don't. Can I even put this down? I don't even know if I could put this down. We can try right here. It's gonna do it. No. We can try to put this down. I did like when I typically build. I build like huge things like this. This is absolutely freaking huge. Look how big this is. Actually, I did this with a buddy of mine. Um, did I do this? Yeah, I did. I believe I did do this. I believe, yeah. I think I did this with a buddy of mine. For the new Scrap Mechanic update, we used like a whole bunch of new parts. We did this with together to just kind of like show off the new parts. Ew. Wow, that's lagtastic. Yeah, that was not a good idea. Can I? Well, I can hit that. Ooh. All right, I gotta. I gotta weld this down. I forgot that I gotta like some structures need a welding, so I need a B. Let's just get a block here real quick. There's so many blocks now. So many blocks. Let's see. That's not really a block. I just need a regular like. There we go. Now use crackstone. Gotta go over here. Ooh. Why do I have an engine? Just realized I had an engine in my inventory. Tools. Oh yeah, that's right. It's over there. I need 8. Put that 4. Kind of want to show this out. If I remember correctly, I can go like this. Go this way. Alright, cool. Less like. Except for this tree in the way. Oh, I can't hit that. Anyway, this is something that... Oh, hello. I completely forgot about that. This is actually something typically, like I was saying, typically when I build something, I build something huge or I use a lot of mods. In fact, this is actually the display room that me and follower of my channel did. It was called who was known by as Dr. Medic. And we actually build this huge structure showing off the new parts that was in Scrapmechanic. So we have the tote bot thing, it's a lot of display pieces that do different things. Obviously, it's just to kind of display some stuff, the new parts and whatnot, right? This is kind of like my kind of gig when I do this game. I like to do these big, elaborate displays. Ooh. That's just obviously annoying. I like to do these big, huge, elaborate displays because it's fun to make big things. But Scrapmechanic is very, very limited on what you can do and how much you can, work with here. So, in fact, we actually did make a challenge to have make everybody at like part of a community, and I wanted to like a whole bunch of people to make comments, right? And basically produce their own office spaces or even add like different places like a warehouse, packing, storage, utility, elevator, and office. And I was going to come back and take a look at that stuff. But yeah, was like my office cubicle that me and Dr. Meta came up with. And we were going to make a whole bunch of cubicles in here for the community, whoever built. So if that was the initial plan. But you know, it's but yeah, so I kind of really cut my teeth on building huge structures like so. But I did do my vehicles. Obviously, I do have my vehicles over here, as you can see. These are a couple of the vehicles that I did. In fact, this was the original one before the Scrapmechanic update, and then this is the updated one. I just upgraded all the metal. This was when they came out with the survival portion. In fact, I did a couple episodes of survival. Not really, didn't get really too far with it. And the reason why I didn't go too far with Scrapmechanic is just for the simple fact that I don't know enough about it. And it's not for nothing. I don't mind learning how to do Scrapmechanic stuff, but I don't have much time. Well, I kind of do have a lot more time to build things and make them working. So I kind of really did like very, very simple vehicles. So we did obviously these, I call them logistics trucks. I did an anti-air half track, which doesn't work anymore because the mods for it don't work. I did try. This is not mine. I think I downloaded that. I did build. Yeah, see, that's my upgraded logistics truck. I think I built that. Yeah, again, a lot of the things that I built is just don't work anymore. Again, I got a lot of pieces in here for structure stuff, not really for vehicle wise. And the God's honest truth is that I could spend like a long time figuring out how to play this or not playing it at all. So I usually just don't play it just for the simple fact that I do want to it just don't have a lot of time to deal with that. But on this episode of Scrap Mechanic, we're actually gonna go, I'm gonna help my community member who was concerned about getting building something like this. This is not the best looking vehicle out there. I'm going to say that 100%. If you take a look at so many other creators out there, this is not the best vehicle that is built out there. This is actually, in comparison to the other ones, this is kind of like bland. But I'm going to try to help my community member in regard to that. So what we're going to be doing, I'm just going to try to use as many basic blocks as possible, right? I don't want to get too far into like, oh, aluminum blocks, this is that, and the other thing. Obviously, like everything has a different durability, weight, friction, buoyancy. We're not gonna go deep down that rabbit hole. We're not. It just there's time and a place for it, and this is not the time and a place. So we're actually gonna go. We are just gonna use the basic metal block, right, for this build, and we're gonna use a couple interactive parts here. We're gonna use a. I don't know if I want to use this one. I kind of want a real. Too bad they don't have a driver's seat like this that I could use. I could always use one of these. The saddle seats, nah. Driver's seat 2. That's just a seat. Kind of want to, yeah, we'll do some basic stuff here. Super basic. If we want to, I guess we could end up like upgrading it, right? But we don't need to do anything specific here. We'll get the other parts as soon as we're kind of like in there. Ooh, beacon. So first thing I want to do is actually kind of figure out how I want to lay this vehicle out. And I think the major issue is of that people have trouble with their builds is scaling, right? How big of a scale that they need. Now, if we take a look at this, this is actually like, look how tall I am in comparison to this. Quite literally, we still have like another 3 or 4 blocks, right? And so we're about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's 3. 4, 5. So about 5 blocks. We're about 4 or 5 blocks tall. But I'm super short for this build, right? In fact, I can still get in here just for the simple fact it's easy to get in and I can obviously drive around. But you can see the whole scale is kind of correct for this. Now, the other issue is that I kind of get stuck in here as well. You have to kind of crouch down and get out of there. So we're kind of trying to make something a little bit easier to get in and out of. My original thought pattern is obviously you're kind of, when you get out, you're going to unbuckle yourself, then you kind of get out. But I really didn't do the scale well for the cockpit or the cab area. So what we're going to do, we're going to start out with a basic slab, right? And I'm doing a basic slab because that's good. That's what I'm going to work with right here. So next thing is we're going to do this, lay that seat out. We're going to do another seat in the middle. Oh, wait. That one there. Another seat there, another seat there. Typically, when you're looking at a cab of a vehicle, it's always kind of like this. I kind of want to, right? Like so. 1, 2, 3. So, because they usually have enough room in the middle to have a third seat, so that's where we're going to work with. We're going to work with this scaling. So, we're going to get rid of this because we're not going to need that. I'm not going to worry too much about actually how it looks right now. We're going to work from there. So, we're going to remove all this for now. Right? Like so. So, now that we kind of got the basic shape, now we got to figure out like a basic cab, you know? And I'm just going to be using this, and we can upgrade everything later, but we're going to use this. I'm going to drag this up, and that's probably about the proper height. Yeah, no, the driver's seat's not. Maybe a little bit more. I think we can do one more up, right? So we're going to go, come on, like so. And that should be, maybe one more. We can do, probably do one more. Nope. One is too much. Okay, so we got that. Now, typically with a pickup truck, specifically, we're doing a pickup truck design. So basically taking this and transferring over to here. I'm not going to put a back seat, but I'm going to put a space in the back for any miscellaneous things that I need. So basically controllers, switches, whatever kind of like miscellaneous Grebel things that I need. I can always take the third seat out and put stuff in here. In fact, that's what we're going to do here because I have no friends, so it doesn't really matter. So we can just put that there for now. And then we go up here, kind of go like that. Now, like I was saying before, we are about 5 or 6 blocks tall. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to do 5. So that's 5 technically right there. So we're going to do another layer up for the 6th. I'm going to do 2 more layers just to kind of give us a nice comfy headroom and bring this out forward. And there we go. We got the basic cab type of deal, right? No, it's not great for viewing from a third person, but we got the basic cab. And then when we jump out, we just kind of pop out of it. That's fine. We're not looking to do like anything spectacular here. We can start kind of doing a low shaping, but we're not worried about that. I'm not worried about that yet. I'm going to say that right now. So we're going to drop that down. I'm going to recenter this so we can kind of know where we're working here. And we can kind of like, maybe we can go like, where is here, here, like so. Because a lot of the pickup truck, I know at least with my pickup truck, a lot of the pickup trucks have a hole in the back. So the next thing I want to do is I want to decide what kind of like front end do I want. I kind of want to either I can do like this elongated front or I kind of want to do a squished front. It all depends on how you want to do this, right? Because then if you want to do a squished front, obviously you're not going to use like a huge brick like that. And that's not going to work. So, but we're going to go, let me bring this up. Gonna go like that. Delete that. Obviously, we're just gonna kind of make it a huge front for now, but we're actually gonna change. Now we're gonna look at actual parts because this is where we actually gotta lay out the inside of the engine compartment itself. And we're gonna do that with, where's the engines, interactive tools, blocks, interact. It should be interactive, right? Engine. I'm seeing stuff here. I'm sorry, guys. It's kind of been a while, so I can't remember. Okay, so we got a couple of different engine here. So we'll do the. I did the electric engines in those. We'll do electric engine has more torque. So we'll do that, and then we're all actually I only need technically one in there, and we'll also do a gas engine. And the reason why I'm doing a gas engine is just for sound, right? So there's 2 ways of actually doing this. Obviously, we can go this route, which it's kind of like the old-fashioned style of doing an engine. We do it like to the front, but we can also do it side to side. So basically, we can kind of make it like a crushed like that, right? And the reason why you want to do that is just for the simple fact that, you know, you can basically get the same distance. But we'll do 2 electric engines like that. We'll do a crushed nose style, like I did in comparison to the long nose style. We'll see how that works out. I'm also going to put a single engine like this in, so we got the sound, right? And not so much. It will still be the electric engine sound, right? You'll still hear that, but this gas engine you'll hear it more because I'll jack that up. So next thing we want to do is we kind of want to figure out what else we want to put in here. So I want to start laying some stuff out, right? So basically I want to get like, let's say a button. So button, we want a switch. We want, I don't know, well, what else? A horn. We'll do horn. We can do logic. And what else? What else? I'm trying to think of anything else that we can put in here. Lights. We can do some of these lights. That'll be fantastic. And, oh, we got to get bearing. Okay, so we got a couple things right now. So first of all, since we're doing crushed kind of assembly here, we kind of want to do it so that we are having, we can do this like so, plant this there. I don't like to stack things on top of each other because just in case I got to delete this later, right, or a certain point, I would rather not having to go through the process of reassembling it necessarily, you know? In fact, I am also going to use, where's the logic gate? I'm going to do the logic gate here, just for this part at least. Like so. So just in case I do gotta change the seat or whatnot, it's easy to do. Oh wait, I forgot how to do this, guys. Sorry. That, then we go there to, and here. Technically, I could, you know what? We'll swap this around. Logic gate. Logic gate. Horn. Nope, that's switch. Horn. And then we'll do the, let's see. So that when we hit this, there we go. We got the horn. In fact, we don't even need to connect this, at least right now. Next thing we want to do is we want to put a, I forgot the other thing. Damn it. Interactive. Where is it? Technically, we can grab a radio. And we'll do the controller level 5 because I just don't know how much we're going to need. We're going to trim this back just for now. So we get that out of the way. Now, every good car has a radio. There we go. And obviously, we're going to have to hide another button. We'll do... You know what? We can do this button right here. I'm fine with putting this button in here. Technically, I can even put another button here. How do I want to do this? There you go. Radio. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, even though you make a new Studebaker. No. Studebaker? Yeah, we're gonna make another pickup truck. I'm doing this in regards to one of my followers on my channel. They have a problem with shaping a vehicle, and I figured, you know what, it's the best option is just to kind of start out from the beginning, and to show like what's the good steps in order to do it. So that's what we're kind of working with here. So, all right. So now that we got that up, that's the horn. Oh, wait. See, already screwed up. Switch. And then we go back to here on the radio. Okay, very good. So, let's see. This might be a long bit longer than I would do, but, you know, it is what it is. We're going to take this. I like to keep things separated, so we're going to take one of these, plant it there, and we're going to take this one and plant it back here, right? And the reason why we're going to do that is because so that we have two separate controllers, one for this area and one for this area, or actually like miscellaneous crap. So next thing we want to do is obviously now we have a room for there. We're going to do 1, 2, so we're going to do that, and we're going to cut the rest of this off, right? Because we're going to kind of make, actually, one more back. Let's do... No, I did that right. I did that right. Yeah, we're going to do that there. Actually, we might need another spot, so we're going to do that there. There we go. And we're going to go back in here. Do we have a grate? Yes, we have a grate. Next thing we want to do, we want to put that in the grate. Okay, we're going to do... that there, that there. How big are you? You are kind of ridiculously big, aren't you? And you're off center too. Do we have another grate that I could use? Well, I could make my own grate. Yeah, we'll use that. Okay, there we go. Nice rad. Actually, we might actually bring this back. Let's bring it back to there. Oh wait, no. We got a fan. We got a fan piece, don't we? Keep hitting the wrong button. Fan. Yeah, we got a fan base. We got we got that. We got this and that. I don't think I'm going to use that, obviously, but I can use this. Damn it. It's not centered. That's actually annoying. I forgot that this game doesn't have a center point. Frick. Okay. We're gonna cut this down by one, just like down the middle, all the way down, like so. And then we're gonna re-weld that. Okay, very good. So now that gives us a better setting here. Bring that up. Bring that up. Okay. And we go back to, I forgot the horn. Oh, I still have it. Okay, very good. All right. Get the engines hooked up so they don't take off. Everything is just one layer thinner, but I'm fine with that. Can I move the radio over? Yeah, move the radio over. Technically. Yeah, now this isn't even. I'll throw it over that way. I'm fine with it being uneven. Okay, very good. Now, this is going to be off center now. Nope, I did not want to do that. I wanted to go this way. Now, these are 3. So technically, I got to go like that. And then, nope, didn't want to do that. There we go. This is this is the reason why I put logic gates in. Put this. Just gonna put those there, and then we can do a. There we go. Then we gotta do back up here. I just realized that's in the wrong spot. Okay. All right, so we got that. Now, here's the thing, though. We got to kind of consider that I screwed that up already. There. Too thick firewall. That's what I like. Actually, I could have done it the other way, couldn't I? Yeah. Doesn't matter. Assemble, disassemble, assemble. Yeah, this is all the game's all about, man. It's just assemble and disassemble. Let's see. Okay. That makes me feel better. That looks a little bit more even to my head. Okay, so you... let's see. Well, now that we got that, can I put this in, or is it gonna smack? Oh yeah, that's a huge fan. That's not gonna work. I could probably come up with jerry rig something, but we're not gonna do that. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna go like that. Okay. Perfect. Now I'm happy with this. Okay. Still looks like has like a big front end, but we could... yeah, you know what? We'll shrink it down even more. We'll get rid of those. Obviously, we don't need that. We're going to try to go for a more narrow setup here. Oop. Hello. There we go. So it's kind of like a little bit more of a crushed look, you know, that snubby nose. All right, so we got those in. We got that. That to there. That's there. Engines. Eventually, I'll probably switch that out again, but whatever. Come on. You were just in there. Come on. Perfect. I'm fine with that being right there because we'll have to get access to it. Now we got to do... well, nothing yet. So now we do a... since we're doing a pickup body, right, we'll just do a simple back end, like so. Like so. All right, very good. I like that so far. So now we have to do like the whole steering system. We're going to do the very basic steering system everybody kind of like learns. Oh, shit. I might not be able to fit that. Let's see. Wheel. We can do this one in front, this one in the back. I need a... I kind of forget what I need. Bearing, wheel. What is this one? Oh, the crane wheel. No, yeah, no, I don't need that one. Okay. So we should be able to do boop, boop. And there we go. Okay, I need a shock. What is it? Is it not shock? Spring? Is it spring? I think it's spring. Sport suspend. Oh, it's suspension. All right, so we're going to be using, since trucks are typically off-road, we're going to use this off-road suspension. We're not going to go with the super psychedelic one for, like, color's sakes. We'll do the off-road suspension 3, right? Now, this is where everything kind of has to work. Okay, and like so. Oop, maybe not. Okay, so do I have to go one more out? Actually, can I just do it like here? Oh, I could. Yeah, that's right. Then we can do... Raise it up even. Actually. And we gotta do... Just make sure we go over here. Either there. Bring that up. That way. And then... Bada boom. Now, what I like to do is I like to put... Well, shit, is that not going to work here? Ah, no, it'll work. I'll make it work. I like to do... Wedge. I need a wedge. Thank God they added the metal wedges to this game. So we do a metal wedge. Right, so we do regular block. I forgot that we can't do directly on there. We'll do a... Actually, do we have curves? Curve. Oh, pipe. That's what I'm looking for. Pipe. Probably the pipe corner. Nope, that's gonna be too big. Okay. Pipe. And then we'll do that there. Same thing on this side. Boom. Pipe. And we can do the really... It's still kind of big. Just cut it back short. Okay. So that if we take this off, kind of works. That's too hard. We'll adjust the weight in a bit. Not going to be particularly picky about this. Right. All right. We're doing good. We're doing good. Now, remember, guys, we're talking about scaling, right? We got to scale this to whatever we have to do. Now, if we take a look at my build over here, look how high this is, right? This is like I'm literally underneath the vehicle here. And obviously, I kind of fussed around with this a little bit. But, so what I want to do is, obviously, this is going to be our lovely little system here. Going to bring this over. Going to try to hide this like so. Because that's going to be our wheel well. Right. In fact, we can probably bring in one more out to make it give it a more general shape, but we're just going to bring it up and around for now. Kill that. Build that up. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. That's one over. Again. It's an ugly bastard. Again, we'll worry about like actually doing the shaping and everything a little later. I'm not worried too much about it now. I might actually, and again, this is like a basically, oh, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to try this, then I'm going to try that. Get that out. We are going to actually cut this out. And I'll tell you the reason why for that in a second here. Because we're going to make this a little easier on us since we are putting everything in here. Right? We are going to make this basically easy for us to open and close. Get that. Okay. It's a bit hard on the eyes, yes, but what's going to be a heavy transport truck? Well, it's just going to be a truck. It's going to be a pickup truck, you know? It's not going to be anything fancy. It's going to be incredibly crude, and it's just the point is it's just I want to help as best I can here, right? And the only way I can help is actually rebuild a vehicle from the ground up, right? Showing like good early, yeah, good ways or a way to build your vehicle, you know? And again, I'm trying to help out the community here because obviously I can understand how stressful it can be. Like, oh, my build isn't fantastic, right? I understand that. My vehicle is not the prettiest thing in the you know in the world either. My vehicles, and I fully admit to them not being pretty because they're not meant to be pretty. They're meant to work, and just like I feel like sometimes when you play a game, you just need a helping, guiding hand, right? Just somebody to say, well, okay, well, if that doesn't work, why don't you try this, you know? And obviously, I don't have a huge amount of hours. No, that's the shit I need. I don't have a huge amount of hours in the game itself. I'll fully admit to that, but I want to try to help out as many people as possible with their builds. Regardless of what they're building, right? I just want them to be able to happily build what they need to. And that's the reason why we're kind of doing this today, right? So that the person who I'm hoping that on YouTube, if they end up watching this stream later on, they get a better idea of how and what they can do to better, align themselves to, the physical looking vehicle because these are not pretty. These are very chonkers, and I have that side compartment up. These are very chonkers. And I feel like yes, it does come with time, and it's like in the IB holder and everything like that. But I feel like just that little guiding hand to help somebody to push them in the right direction to get a better idea of what they're looking for. So it's just a nice thing to do, more so than anything else. Pipe bracer. Um, we're gonna use that. That, 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 and shorty. So we're gonna get rid of that. Good. Gonna get this up on the lift again. So, then we're gonna go here. And eventually, I'm hoping that by the time I get to the end of this, right, it will look better. It's just this initial portion is it's just gonna look fugly. So, and I fully admit to that. My vehicles look fugly as hell half the time. All right, so that's gonna be our round bumper because that's what I'm gonna do. Technically, I should work over here. Actually, let me finish this off. I kind of jumped the gun on this. Really didn't finish the wheel well off, but I wanted to get that grill on. Let's see. Can we get rid of that? Get rid of that. And we can do a... kind of round it out. Technically, bumpers nowadays don't even like... There we go. That's fine. I'm fine with that. All right. So, let's continue the wheel well. So, first of all, wedge. Let's go to the wedges again. Get that. Get that out of there. Just get these out of here for now. Diamond plates. Kind of want more curved pieces. Let's see what we got here. Wedge. We got explosives. I know they like updated this game, so there's like a bunch of new shit. So, and they had added some stuff. Blocks. Attractive. I think it should just do all, right? Just kind of want to curve now. That's not really the curve piece I'm looking for. I could do that. Oh, yes, I could use that for the front bumper. I forgot about these. Grab these. And I'll redo the bumper. Ceiling, ship ceiling ventilation. See, I wish I knew that. Ship blinds, that would be nice. Actually, can we do this? Let's. I have a curiosity. Whoa, that is nope. That is not gonna work. How does this look? Kind of sticks with the. Oh god. God damn it. Talk about buck teeth. Okay. So what is this? Oh, that's 3/4, and that's a. Okay, we could run it with this. I forgot how annoying that is, but oh well. Perfect. Kind of. Hey! Hey! That's not too bad. I'm gonna have to figure that out though. Alright, so got the wedges now. So we gotta do technically this is already in a wheel well, kind of. I wanna kinda shape it out a little bit more. Okay. I think that's good. We can do something like this. Then we can do kind of like a little pyramid thing here. Oh wait, can I? Oh, I could. Oh, okay, cool. I totally forgot I could do that. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Well, maybe we can do this. I would say that doesn't look too bad. I'm not the best builder in the world, but hey, you know, I feel like that doesn't look too bad. I could, nah, I was gonna say I could technically do it the other way, but yeah, do that. Kind of shape this out a little bit more. Give ourselves a little bit more edge to work with here. Kill that off, so it kind of goes into there. Okay, so we gotta go this way. We'll eventually cut that off. Okay, so that's out. That's out. Put a cannon on it and call it a tank. I did do a tank. I did do a tank. Years ago when I first got into Scrapmechanic, that was one of the things I did. I built a tank. But a lot of the mods that are for this game don't work anymore. So it's just like, meh. It's like, do I really want to put myself through that heated problem there? You know, I could put that there. I'm not going to do that, though. All right, so on here, I got to remember how I did this. So I got to go like, wait, did I do that there? Yeah, I did do that there. Okay, cool. That there. That there. Then we gotta do a reverse. Wait, hold on. What the hell am I doing? Okay, so we got one brick on the inside here, going up. Same thing over here. Why is that like that? Okay, there we go. And how did I do that? Just a simple brick across. Okay. And now we got like a nice looking wheel well. Why did that go there? Why is that off? Why does that look off? I need to know what the fuck happened here. Same width, right? Well, no, it's an even. It's an odd number. So it's gonna... Is it gonna look weird? Why is it looking weird? Well, that goes there. That goes one out. So technically, I gotta go here. That goes one out from there, right? Then why am I hanging out here? What the fuck did I do here? Well, first of all, I started from the inside out, not outside in. Oh, I think I know what I did here, obviously. I'm a dumbass. That's what I did. Okay, drop that. Because we have that brick there, that brick there, then we did this one up, right? Okay, so that goes to there. And then we got that. Is it just because it's odd? I did an odd build. I think it's just because I did an odd build. Now everything's screwed up. Fuck. Okay, so that means I gotta cut the truck in half again. And this is... Wait, no, it shouldn't. It shouldn't happen regardless. That's fucking bullshit. Okay, so we got a wedge on the inside. Here. None in the back. None in the back. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put that there. Okay. And then we had... one wall. Oh, is that... Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. It was a one wall thing. Okay. All right. I got what I did wrong. I don't want that there. I want this here. Yeah, this one was one wall. The other one was two walls. And that's why I was screwing up. Okay. Okay, now I know what the hell is going on here. I was like losing my mind for a second there. Okay. Nah, we got a lopsided. Okay. Eh. It really is not the prettiest thing. Okay, I gotta extend this out one more, unfortunately. So that means I gotta chop off, like, or not really chop. Well, I gotta do one more without. That's what I gotta do. So, like, right where this bumper is, that's where I have to go to. Okay, so we got to do here. And then we got to kill here. Gonna have to move that in a second here. Get rid of that. Now we got to fill this back in. Yeah, I'll do in a second. I gotta fix this out. Fix this though. Okay, very good. Okay. I keep moving backwards. It's not fun. I keep pushing myself back. All right. So now we can do this again. Well, we got to get rid of that. And we can do up. Like so. Same thing on that side. Kind of integrate it in there. All right. So kind of, no, it still looks a little funky, doesn't it? Okay. All right. Now that should block that off. So now we got like a little wheel well going. And then something a little bit nicer. And there you go, Ditcher. Hey, you said you wanted a gun. I gave you a gun. Oh, hello. Hey, you got your gun, man. Oops. Yeah. That's what my dog, what she does. I'm stuck. God dang it. Damn it. There we go. Again, it's not the prettiest thing, but it'll work. So, um, let's see. I just realized that I still got to put my door in, and it will. You know what? It won't interfere with this. Never mind. Um, we just gotta do it. Not the button. A goal. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead. I'm just kind of going with my gut. So we're just trying to make it kind of like as nice as possible, but at the same time, I'm just trying to give it some personality, you know? Um, damn. We could. Usually I try to sink my doors into the frame, but I'll do this one on the outside, right? So it kind of not really matches, but gives it a little bit more of a backbone here. Go like that. Same thing on this side, just to kind of hide that back a little bit more. We can do. Let's see here. How are we going to do this? Go like that. Yeah, I know. I'm trying. Okay, I got to figure out how to do it because last time I did doors, I did some like basic bitch design here, which technically that does work. You know, like I did a triangle. Um. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do a triangle here. And bring this up like so. Technically, it would be like here. Just that. And then we can do a... just square that off. And then we'll attach the... bring that back to 1. Like so. Technically... oh, triangles. I love triangles. We go this way. Wrong one. great. Stop what? I'm not doing anything. Okay. Bring that up. Nice triangle. OG Sesame Street. Ugh. So here, we got a problem here, though. I don't think there's a good way that I can kind of square this off or anything. Because I could just go like... I could put the bearing on here. Or I could put a bearing there. Okay, I got an idea. We're going to put a bearing there and a bearing there. Bearing there and a bearing here. Right? And then we're just going to put a door here. Half mass it. Right? Do that. Bring you this way. There we go. And then we make a nice little rounded piece over there. Actually, we can bring it back one further. Like so. Same thing over here. Kill that. Go like that. And I need... Apparently I took all the glass out. I need that again. Get that. Glass. I need just regular squares. Also... Great. What is this called? Not that. Not that. Oh, this is a license plate. I need that. It's a frame. I've been using that. The beam. That's a ventilation frame. Encryption base. We could use that in the front of the truck. How big is this piece? Okay, no, that's huge. That's not going to work here. Can do frame beam long. How big is that? Actually, that is not very long. That's a disappointment. That's a ramp. Storage support. Where is it now? Now I'm having a problem finding the one thing that I need. I need this. Put it in here. No, that's too big. Maybe something like this. Technically, we can put that back here. So, should get the lights out of the way here. I would do blinkers. I just don't know how to do blinkers, so I'm not going to do that right now. Let's see here. So you. Wait, how did I... Okay, it just went straight up and then around the edge. Are you? I don't know what happened there. Let's see. Okay, we're still connected. And we can do a... Nope, still doing this. Please and thank you. That's a frame beam light, not what I'm looking for. Looking for... Actually, I could do a window. We'll see how that works. Let's see. That's a step. Actually, that might work for this case. I didn't like how, that worked there. So I'm going to do this step instead. That actually looks nicer. I like that. Remember, the guys, you got to like figure out your scaling, right? Some things are I can't fit. Yeah, well, you do what you got to do, you got to figure out your scaling, right? If you can't figure out your scaling, then obviously that's the first step you're doing wrong. You know, we're doing obviously we're using as much as we possibly can with the current items that we have, but you also kind of got to consider what works and what doesn't work, right? And that's where I think a lot of people forget that. Oh, I got to do it like this specifically in order for these things to work. So you really got to like put some thought into how you're building your vehicles. Obviously, I'm not the best builder out there. There are a ton more people that know how to glitch weld and all these other things, and I don't. I honestly don't know how to do that stuff, and I will fully admit that I don't know how to do that stuff. If one day, if I ever continue playing this game, I would prefer to know how to do that stuff because that would be like interesting to have, right? Ooh, that is tall. Is the blinds on the inside? Just want to make sure on that one. Yeah, they're on the inside. But it is about going with the flow, right? You got to kind of operate on the pretense that not everything is going to fit exactly, right? You're always going to have to make adjustments. You're going to make and do things that you don't want to do. Like, oh my God, this doesn't fit. Well, let me do it that way. And I just realized I glitched about that and I'm stuck in there. Okay, so and one of the major things I actually found out right now is that when I had the sloped roof on here, it just didn't fit well, right? If I can do like this instead, and then bring this way. Actually, no. See, now we got to put like a bigger roof on here because I decided to use this instead. So let me kind of incorporate this. Actually, we can kind of do, let's do like, we'll do that to there. And we'll just kind of round this out just a tiny bit. We'll put some bricks or something in there, just kind of like hide it a little bit better. I think that's the only way we're going to do that one. That there. Kind of block that out. Kind of give it a weird look. Wait, 2. Damn it. Now I see what's going on here. The window is off center, but just gotta work with what we have. Well, we can do something. Let's see, intake or vent. Well, we could probably do a vent, right? Or I could just get rid of it like I originally did. Can do like a. It's actually kind of big though. Hmm. I might end up having to do it like that. So, oh, I see what's going on. How do I want to do this though? I just lost track of what I was doing. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see here. Where is the wedge piece? Well, let me just start clearing this out. Just for now, just to kind of get stuff out of the way so I'm not looking at everything. I'm also getting a lot of static. Can anybody report if they're getting static on my thing? On the stream? It might be the headphones. My headphones have been acting funky. So it's a very poor excuse, but it has happened before. Ooh, wait, light. We could do this. We can do this instead. Light. We can try that one or this one. Nah, that one doesn't work. Okay, because I'm getting static over my headphones. That's why I'm asking. Um, but I think that is 100% due to that something is going on with my headphones and I don't know what. So blocks, just blocks. Give me that, and then we'll do a. Bearing. That's fine. Those are loose for now. We'll come back to that in a second. I just want to make sure that. Okay. We can still get out of the vehicle. Very good. Let's see. We gotta. Need to take out like a couple blocks in here. Need to get rid of that. I forgot one. Crane panel. How big is this? That's actually a decent size. Ah, that would be good for a car door if I made this vehicle bigger. I need blocks. I need this. Put that back down. Could have done rust metal block too. Make it really look like a jalopy. Okay. So now that we got kind of like the frame and basically the front end kind of sorted out. Oh yeah, I forgot. I wanted to do this too. Light. Let's get a light. We'll get this one. I feel like that's going to be a good one. Then I need a pipe piece. We'll do this one. Then we'll do you to here. Oop, wrong one. We need you to there and there. And then we'll also program you to that and that and that and that. Technically, I should be programming it to... Frickin', I gotta get a logic block. No, you know what? It's already programmed. I'm not gonna go crazy. See, one of the other things you could do, right? I like to do things to logic blocks because then that way that it kind of declutters some stuff. In fact, yeah, I might as well just do it. Get these here. Get that there. We're gonna unprogram from there. Like that. Okay. Then we'll do also, we'll do these at a little bit of a, do these slight angles and these little bit more. We'll do 20. Like so. Make sure they go. There we go. All right, very good. Let's open up here. We'll make that the light block. What is... Oh, that's the overhead lights. Okay, I was going to say. Then this will go here. Very good. I think you have enough lights. I'm... You never can have enough lights. You need lights everywhere. Everywhere needs lights. I could go even crazier. I could go even crazier. In fact, let's do that. I'm gonna go crazy now because you said that. Now I'm gonna go down here. I'm actually gonna go like this. I'm gonna remove that section there. Then I'm gonna put this right in there for a little bit of an underglow. You know, it's kind of funny you say that, Dejure, but when I was young, right, my thing that I wanted to do so much was actually do underglow lighting on my cars, right? And it never turned out well. I'm gonna say that now, right now, it never turned out well. So it was just like, but yeah, yeah, exactly. So, yep. Uh-oh. Oh, that happened. But yeah, on my cars and everything, I've always wanted like underglow lighting on my car. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I really wanted to do it. I ended up not doing. I did do it, but it was just like very cheaply installed. Like I did it obviously myself. It plugged into my cigarette lighter and everything. It was like a kind of like a super garbagey like setup, if I do say so myself. But yeah, that um I wanted to have underglow lighting on my car. So okay, use I need to invert this. How do I invert this again? I think I have to put it to an XOR gate. Then I gotta flip. Then I gotta connect that to that. Yeah, I think I gotta do it that way because otherwise that doesn't go on. So we gotta take this, go over here. Hello. Put it on this side. Just two of these over here. Flip this to a NAND gate. This goes to that. That goes to that. Right? So while it's open, the light is on. Simple as that. Close that door, and the light goes off. So, okay, very good. This is why you kind of want to have some room in your compartment over here so you can do stuff like this. I should actually adjust this as well. I don't like how high it is. Rather do it at 45. Should a little higher. Do 75 instead of the 90. Everything needs ground effect lighting. All right, so we kind of got this craziness going on here. I'm gonna put that on the passenger seat. Let's see here. I think I don't need seat. I don't think I need anything else. At least nothing else in the cab. So we're gonna put that there. And then we're gonna program you to... Actually, it should go to both. Like so. No. Okay. All right. We'll do a NOR gate over here. NOR. So we take that, put that there, grab this, put that here to there. Then we can do another switch. We got to do a second switch. Oops, second switch. And we can do this one to that one. Right. And then that one to that one. Then we can put the seat back in, like so. Hit that. Hit that. Where are you? No, you go here. So if we go on here, okay. Oh, God damn it. And then if we go on here, okay. God damn it. Might just have to make that flat because I don't think there is going to be a good way to fix that. Let me think about this. Just a quick second here. Hmm. Ba-ba. Hmm. Technically, I didn't need to put on the bearing, but meh. uh, okay. Okay. um, little bit of an issue with obviously the top. But you know what? It's fine. We added more lights. The more lights, the better. um, get these all on the same switch. Technically, I should put this on the jack. Drop it down again, like so. Go over here. Yeah, shows you. I know it took a while to get that sorted out, but now I gotta get. See, I don't know how long I should do the back end, but I think right about here would be the wheel well for the next portion of what I need to do. I know that this is kind of boring for a lot of people. I do apologize, but I really did want to address this for the viewer on YouTube in regards to their build and why they have so many problems and stuff like that. And again, I think it just comes down to scaling. Um, and it's just everybody has that kind of issue. Sometimes, like I still have that issue, you know. Um, and I think just seeing me kind of work on a new vehicle will help that viewer in regards to getting their scaling correct for their own personal vehicle, you know, and help them improve their build. Uh, okay, so we're gonna do that. And the issue is that this just takes a bit of time to do. That's like the ultimate issue here, because there's a lot of like, oh, I got to move this now, or I got to move this up, I got to move this over, and it just to kind of get the scaling correctly. Even though technically, if we take a look at my vehicle, the scaling is already kind of screwed up a little bit. When I say a little bit, I mean a lot. So, but hey, you know, it is what it is. So as long as I see it as long as it's a working vehicle, that's fine. The biggest issue I would say is that obviously that we have to. Scrap Mechanic isn't like a normal game, right? Where you can just build something and then everything fits, right? It's all one scale. You can build things as huge or as small as you want, right? And that kind of like leads to kind of a lot of people doing like some funky builds. And it's again, it's not like to discourage people from building, but it's just it can get a little bit hairy, just for the simple fact that you know you look at some builds and you're like, oh god, and then you keep trying and trying and trying, and then you just finally just say fuck it, I don't want to do it anymore, you know. Um, and I get that, you know, I really do get that. We're gonna make this slightly a little bit bigger. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna start from here, then go up. Yeah, I went one up. We're gonna get rid of that trim area, just kind of like leave it like that. In fact, scaling is actually one of the biggest issues I still have when I build in Scrap Mechanic. Mechanic. Um, well, after all of that, you finally get happy building music. I know, right? Um, okay, so we got to move everything back one more. And then we're gonna do very basic. Wait, what did I use here? Oh yeah, I used the regular pipes. I will actually. Let me get rid of that. Get rid of that. Well, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna do build pipe. I need pipes. Yeah. Ugh. I need a controller. Damn it. Okay. So here is the scrub of it. How am I going to fix that? Little I'll fix the tires in a second. Actually, you know what? I'll fix the tires now. Give them a good size. See, that's what I'm kind of worried about. It just, I don't know. It's just too big, right? And these are just kind of way too small. Again, trying to get the same scaling, but I guess the larger tires will fit for this build. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of like room on the bottom though, because I do want to be able to like kind of like get up here. I can't. Well, duh, I can't get up like that. So, feel like I'm doing what I was doing before. I'm making a huge mistake here with that. That's all the way down. Damn. This thing is so heavy back here. Let's see. Blocks. Let's try to go with something like super light here. Right? But doesn't like really compromise like the thing here. I need like the lightest block. Well, we could do wood. Wood might be good, right? Because some wood, some trucks have wood, right, in the back. Scrap metal. Yeah, you know what? We'll do wood in the back. And when I say like wood in the back, I mean like this section here, right? Because some pickup trucks they have like the wooden floor in the back instead of the heavy duty stuff. Instead of like I might be lying. Okay. Okay. So that should pick up some of the weight. God, everything is just so damn heavy. If I keep continuing metal, metal is heavy, dude. Rusted, well, compared to that one, let's see. This is a level 5. This is a level 4. We could do that. The extruded metal block is actually lighter. So we can go like this. Kinds of gives it a different look too. Now this is all about just kind of weight saving at this point. Gonna try to reduce this as much as we can. Okay, go like this. I'll fix that. I'll fix that in a second here. Gotta get all this all squared away. Okay. freaking heavy ass box. Hey, the Murdoch. I am building a truck, and I'm trying to help out a commenter that actually commented on one of my YouTube videos because they were having problems with their build itself. And sorry, I kind of went off in a trance there. So, I think what they're having issues with is scaling, right? I think scaling is the ultimate issue that a lot of us have in regards to their own personal builds. And I kind of wanted to try and demonstrate a better, like, scaling, at least on my side. Ooh, God, that's heavy. Um, and so I'm just trying to go through the steps of actually trying to scale something down and trying to kind of, help them out with their idea on how to do their stuff. Um, just trying to be helpful. So just kind of starting out from scratch with everything without trying to, doing like a multi-step process. Why is this like this? I could probably, well, I already upgraded those. Got load. That's kind of what I wanted anyway. I would need, if I wanted to lay in the front, I would have to do it like that to use the extruded shit. And, I'm trying to use the new blocks, obviously, because the last time I built a truck is that one, and obviously that one I upgraded it. But we have a ton of new stuff. So it's just like, hey, gotta try to do one step at a time, trying to help out people. Okay, very good. Okay. Jesus! Oh! Oh, okay, that scared the crap out of me. Oh, alright. That almost, yeah, that was not good. I'm gonna have to fix that, but woo! Alright, well, we'll get a new gear. Oh, there it is. Fantastic. Okay, very good. I think I had it on 3. Yeah, it was all the small, tiny stuff. That stuff fell out, so it's fine. It's, you know, the horn and a switch, so not that bad. I got this crap scared out of me because I accidentally dropped the gear. I think I'm liking the extruded block a little bit more than the actual, like... I'm gonna have to put a new bearing on that. Jesus. Guess we can have a slightly higher front end. How am I gonna fix that? Unless I do the sport, I can do the sport suspension on the front. That might be the easiest way to fix that. I don't know. Actually, do we have a wedge with extruded? I don't think so. Oh, we do. Well, now that I know that. We're just trying to weight save now. That's all we're doing. We're using these, obviously, these other blocks to do this. I kind of like the look of extruded a little bit better, right? And I'm not just saying that because I'm changing the whole vehicle now because I have to save on weight. Um, I, th- I think it just looks better, or at least for this build, it looks good. Like the metal, it looks nice, but you know, with car panels and everything, it's very aluminum. You know, it's aluminum. You know, so it's just like I don't know. I feel like this actually kind of goes better with this build specifically. You know, I'm kind of just like liking the design. I can kind of keep the cab like that. I'm fine with that. I'll just replace these blocks. Flip this around, like so. Okay, go over here. This is probably a case of do as I say, not as I do, right? Because I know for a fact that I'm not building it to scale. Um, it really does look like there. I gotta figure out this suspension here on the front. I think I gotta switch this over to the sport suspension because it will ride lower then. So yeah, should be this one. I think I had you right there, right? Yeah, here in the middle. Um, no, don't run away. I got it. Okay. Got that going. Ah, son of a. God damn it. God damn it. Whoop. Kind of glitchy. Let's see what I'm missing this grill block. Aha! Now that's not good. Ah, damn it. It's probably because it's a high friction block. That's probably what's going on. That's why it's not sticking. Probably gotta just do that and... Can I just go straight down with that? Straight down? Would that work? Is there anything else? Stop that in here. Okay, that's in. Sticks. Let's just go back to blocks. Let's see what this one. Friction. It's a friction 4. Then what the fuck is this? Friction. This is the same friction. So what's this? Friction 4. They're all friction 4. So should I do something with lighter friction? That's a 3. I could use that. That's a net though. Solid. That's 4. That's a 4. I remember there's a specific block that has like a very like light friction policy. Placer block. What if I do just one block like that? Let's see if that messes anything up. Yep, it does. You know what? What if I do this on here instead? This might actually be good. If I do it on here, go like that. Same thing here. Go like that. Let's see what that goes. Okay. Nope, that didn't work out like I wanted to. Maybe just the one. They might as well just do it like that. Oh. Well, that's not good. let's move this back. So now we're getting the damn light stuck. All right. Let's see. Let me think about this. We can move the light back. We can incorporate. You know what? We're just gonna go and just put this back on a brick. So we're just gonna go like this. Actually, that might resolve that. I got an idea. We're gonna solve this. Okay. Gonna go like that to make it look a little bit pretty. Didn't mean to take that one out. Pardon me. Go over here. On this side, bring that down. Hit that. I need the freaking light again. Okay, don't have any in my inventory yet. Light. Hit this. Put that there. Put that there. I need paint. Okay. Then. Oh. Yeah! We got that going. All right. So now we have to do. Oh God. Let's do where. Let me just clear out my inventory real quick. Then we're gonna go and sort out the back end here. Okay. Okay, we're totally clean. All right. So now that we got that, we need to sort this out. This monstrosity over here. So we need a bearing. We'll do wood. I feel like wood just looks better, so we'll do wood if I know how to spell it. So we'll do wood. We'll grab this as well. We need controller. And a switch. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, there we go. All right, cool. All right. That works. All right, so that works. That technically I could put like an extruded block on top. That might actually complete the look a little bit. God damn it. Okay, very good. I like it. All right. So now that we got that basically done, do got to fix the window because I just realized that it's just multiple pieces instead of just one solid piece. But that was just a temporary insert anyway. There we go. Feel good about that. Now we are down to. Let me try to think of if there's anything else I got to do. It's honestly, it's not a bad size. I feel like we could do a little bit better with sizing to get like up into the seat, and obviously we get stuck in there, but that's fine. We could do. We can do another running board. We can do one right here. Like so. Realize that's all fucked up. Step. Do another one of these. Feel like that feels a little bit better. I know typically with trucks and everything, they do have, well, not with trucks, but with vehicles itself, they don't have two steps, but hey, you know, it's just to get up and down. That's all it is, you know? Um, just want to make sure all our controls. The only thing we have plugged in is, I have no idea. Okay. Actually, let's get some stuff plugged in here. We got you to here, you here. I'm doing this in no particular order. That was the horns. I forgot what that was. That's the lights. That's that light. Okay. Are you... Okay, cool. It's good to say. So, I need to get the horns back in. God. You. Okay, so that should be that. That's light. That's that light. Okay. Ah! Um, escape. Cook a bedtime snack. What color are you gonna paint that thing? By the way, I don't know. I like the color green, but might just do it in blue. Um, Typically I like dark colors, so maybe a black. I need to figure out what all my buttons used to do. Because I am kind of generally confused on where everything is supposed to be. Shit. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so first of all, that's the window shade, right? Red with white stripe. Could do that. Alright, so we know that that one, I believe, is the horn. What is one? We're going to get rid of that. 2 is the lights. So we'll do that. 3 should be the radio. I don't know what this one is. That's a button. That's the horn. This one, is not connected to anything, and I can't remember what I had it connected to. So that's kind of a little bit of a concern for me, you know? I think I'm just going to delete that one button. Well, that pisses me off. Okay. Disconnect that. Disconnect that. That and that. This is why you should never have your things hooked up right away. Because if you have to go and rewire shit. Oh. I wish I knew what that button was for. It's got to be something stupid, right? Because this is the radio. Not that one. This is the radio. Oh, that's the lights. That is the radio. Which is actually kind of confusing, so we'll just switch that. So that one's the lights, that one's the radio. This is for the overhead light. That is for that window shade and or. So, and, okay, so seat, go back to the seat. Okay, so first of all, let's do horn first, then lights, radio, overhead lights, and then back shade. Okay, so that'll be that. This is connected to that lighting. Okay, perfect. That's what I want to see. That tailgate is that. Now, is all the lights working? They are. They're all working. That's a lot of lights, too. So, what else? So, it's basically just... So, that's the overhead. That's the shade. Okay. Alright, I think that is it. So... the whole point of this, exercise was to show that it was a matter of scaling. That helps you figure out what size you're going to do. And I try to do it as big as the dwarf. So the dwarf is about 5 or 6 blocks tall. So you kind of got to take in consideration how much, you know, space you are going to need for your dwarf, right? If you're going to go by dwarf standards, you don't necessarily have to go by dwarf standards, but you can. And that way, you can figure out basically the rest of it. There we go. We have a truck. Yes, we do. We have a truck. The only final thing, I didn't actually put an engine back in here, but it's fine. I'll deal with this. Go like this. The only actually thing that I wanted to do have an engine is actually have a engine that sounds like an engine. I don't know if that's gonna fit. We'll try it. It fits. Just gonna arbitrarily connect that up. Oh, and the last thing we need is we need lights over here. Right? We need lights. We need more lights, even more lights. And unfortunately, I don't know how to program a WASD controller, so I'm not going to do that, or else I would. I need to get... Like, all the vehicles in my life, it's just too damn tall. Like, all the vehicles in my life, everything's not square. Oh, god damn it. There we go. These will be the arbitrary brake lights. I need one that's 3 blocks. We could do this one. That's pretty big. Fuck it. We'll do that one. Was gonna go with a nice one. I need, like, ruby red. Okay. And now we have an actual truck. We do have a functioning truck. It's kind of to scale, right? I ended up using it. I thought the metal was going to work, but unfortunately that did not work like it was intended. A little too heavy for this thing. So, but hey, you know, what are you going to do? You got to kind of like work with what you have here. Let's see. I got to put this up and move that over. Same thing on here. I feel like the extruded block specifically kind of works for this vehicle though. You know? So I really wish it kind of like saved the position that I was going to use with this, but well, let's see. Come on, come on. There you go. Perfect. All right, cool. So we're just going to leave the cab as is, that metal. And now we technically just got to like actually do the last thing, which is slap on a license plate on the back, which will be this one, because why the hell not? And I just realized that's upside down. Perfect. Is this one upside down too? No, that's right side up. What the fucker? All right. So the last thing we gotta do is paint it up. I think I'm gonna do black with blue lines, right? Just kind of make it like a little bit different from the normal. All my vehicles that I've had, they have been black. Except for my Pontiac Grand Am. That was, what's it called? That was a gray. Which won't say is an ugly color, but it wasn't like this color. You know? Okay. Oop. Just got to be careful of the lights. Interesting. Didn't realize I forgot to put something over there. I think I left it like that purposely. Whatever. Okay. Do that. That. I will fix the license plate and like the small detail stuff. But I will come back to that in a minute. So. Gotta make sure to do the underbelly. A lot of people forget to do that part. Okay. We'll do a nice brown in back here. Okay. Do the and black as well. We got the roof that we got to do. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. All right. So we got that. We'll do let's do a kind of like a blue, bright blue. stripe. We'll do it off center. I don't know why, but that seems more appealing for this truck. Just kind of do it off center, like stripes. Now, see, this is where we're going to get tricky here. We're going to have to kind of like refinish that, but that's fine. So, same thing there. Perfect. Kind of. So, because that is like that, wedge, we'll grab, and plus we got, where is it? Was I using concrete? No, I was using this one. Okay, cool. Nope. There we go. Okay, very good. Just so we kind of got that even. Yeah, for like a super, like... It's nothing super deluxe. Obviously, I have a lot of lights on it, but like that's not as intended. It's not supposed to have that many lights, but still, it doesn't look that bad. And again, the whole process of this was to acknowledge that you have to do this. You just got to find a balance, and the way you find the balance is basically you just got to make a compromise, and that compromise is scaling. Right? As long as you can figure out your scaling, how you're going to do your scaling, you can really do a good job in regards to, I think that goes right down this line. You can pretty much get a good, like, time doing it right here. You can get really, like, a good time, actually, I think I did the 3, not the 2. You can really... Fungal... it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Okay, gotta flip you. I was gonna say, as long as you can get the right, of course, that's what I was trying to avoid. I had to do this off fucking center. That's what I had to do, and now it screws everything up. I'm not trying to, man. Okay, so you gotta go over here. It's fine. You fall down. Drop you down. Knock you back. As I was trying to say, you gotta find scaling, right? And as long as you can find that scaling, you should be able to do good builds. Now, and not everything is going to come at once, right? It's because everything comes in, you know, stages, obviously, because as you can see, I worked from the cab, then moved to the front, then moved back, and I added as I went along to accommodate what I need to accommodate, right? I figured, oh, okay, so I need to move this. I got to move that, you know? So I really, you have to learn how to do the stages, right? And once you can learn how to do the stages, you will have a better time in getting your project done, right? And when you don't have to worry about, mistakes as often. So that goes there. Okay. No connections. Oh yeah, you go over to shit. Was it this one? Okay. Right? Because as long as you can get the stages done, right, then everything else will fall. Stages and scaling done, everything else will fall into place. And honestly, this did, even though there is a bit, I am going to say that, like, for instance, these windows are way too dark. There we go. Nice light windows. There are things that could vastly improve. I'm not the best builder in the world. I'm not. And if anybody tells you that they're the best builder in the world, they're gonna have stuff that they're not good at building, right? Um, like, would I do this like forever? No, I wouldn't do this forever. This, um, there we go, and you go there, you go there. Yeah, we have a bright blue stripe, not the dark one. I went a little too dark on that one. So, should I put it on the grill? Dude, really ghetto? No. It's just, you gotta find, I guess you gotta find each step, right? And yes, it is extremely difficult to build vehicles. And I'm not the best one. I really am not. You know, there is many people out there that can build cities around me, you know, and I just try my best. I just try my best. You know, you gotta please yourself with your builds, you know. And if you can't please yourself, then you know this is probably not the game to play, because the whole concept is to have fun building, right? And that's what I intend to do. When if I ever pick this game back up again, um, then yes, I would have some stupendous fun building. But at this point in time, I don't think so. I forgot. I have to connect the door control. Um, I have to connect the door control as well to the seat. So you go here. Okay. So that's 6. So let's go through the switches. So we gotta go through. So 1 is horn, 2 is outside lights, 3 is the radio, 4 is inside lights, 5 is, oh, the back blind things. That's right. 6 is the door. And let's, that's an issue. That means we have too much torque. Pardon. Open up. Damn it. That happens because if we have the speed too high, right? It will do that. Technically, I could go off one engine, right? And then I can reduce the amount of engines. I also got to reverse the steering as well. So, yeah, we don't need as many engines. Got to flip the steering as well. Then on the engine, well, the gas is all the way up. I don't have anything connected to the gas. Need kind of like an even. Get that. See, that's happening because we don't have enough weight on the back wheels. Going forward is fine, but as you can see, the back goes up. So that means I got to add a bit of weight onto the back, which I should have done, which I should have checked this before I went and started, you know, finishing this vehicle off. And I think that is, might not be, it might be an easy fix. Let's see, metal. Let's see, what we can do here. Grab that. We're going to go for the heavy stuff, which is metal 5. I think they're all the same, though. That's metal 1. Yeah, that's 3 weight. Where's the metal block? So we're just going to change at least the wheel wells back. I think we went a little too light on the backside here. Okay, so that adds more weight. Well, it's driving nice if I go forward. It's kind of doing what it's supposed to do, right? I feel like I have this problem anyway with my pickup truck, you know, because there's no weight in the back, right? That it kind of like moves up. I could add a bit more weight, which we could do. Just got to get over here. Yeah, it's definitely better. It's just a pain in the ass to do this without hopefully screwing shit up. I think the lighter brown looks nicer. Also, I think we're gonna get rid of the electric engine because I feel like that has too much torque on it. We'll keep it in the front end just for weight purposes, but we will disconnect that from the vehicle, and we'll put the gas engine on instead. Wait, what? Oh, I was gonna say we only have front wheel drive. No. Okay, and then we're gonna just take that, remove that there. Might be, this should be better. Woohoo! Okay. Um. Hmm. Great way to tune up your car. Okay, that's too slow now. Okay, definitely gotta tweak this a bit more. I just gotta increase the weight on the back. Or, you know what we could do? We could add something to the back, right? We just gotta find something that's like extremely heavy that we could put back there, right? Or pieces to something. This is a weight of 4, right? We can make it seem like we're transporting stuff. Tree crate, friction 4, buoyancy, durability, weight 2, weight 2, weight 2. Wow. Yeah, I know, right? Put an elephant back there. Let's see. This has weight 4. Maybe it's just better if I just add more weight. Again, add just a bit more weight. Let's see. That's a weight for. That's a broken microwave. That's a bed. I wish there was a way that we can just kind of like look and be like, okay, well, this, that, and the other thing. This is this weight. Well, we can take a chest, right? A chest. We can kind of like make it seem like we're loading shit up. We don't necessarily have to. We can take a work light, a gas container, a jumper box. Just kind of throw a couple things back there just to add a bit more weight, right? Because after all, this is kind of a work truck. It's a very small work truck, but it's a work truck nonetheless. We'll throw these two back here, right? Really doesn't serve a purpose besides adding weight. Do that. Go like that. I need to turn you off. So I need a XOR gate. Take you. Throw you in the hood. Okay, that's off. Right, and then I think that should do it. That should add a bit more weight to the back. Whee! What about a big roll bar? I don't think I need a roll bar. I just need the truck to stay on four wheels. But this, see, I think this is what happens with light trucks. So, for those that don't know, I have a Jeep, right? I have a Jeep Gladiator. And one of the things that I have issues with, what is that one? Oh, that's the shade in the back. I keep forgetting about that one. One of the big issues that I have with my Jeep Gladiator is that it's very light in the back, right? And that when you're driving around, like when you go around corners, especially in wet like when it rains and everything, it quite literally it slightly fishtails. Not a lot. It's slightly fishtails because it loses grip with the ground because there's no weight in the back. And Jeeps are really like super light vehicles to begin with anyway. So the Gladiator is nice, but it's just like, whoo, super, super light. And we're actually this is actually working very well right now. I'm actually very impressed by this. Now, if I can just stop rolling over, that would be fantastic as well. And so I think that is just like a normal thing with light trucks or even pickup trucks in general. I'm sure that that's why you put a big roll bar back there. Big, yeah. Well, what I did, right, because what I did is when I didn't have many things back there, I used to I had a box of dirt. When I say a box of dirt, I literally mean a box of dirt. Actually, this actually kind of works fairly well. And it's quite literally, I went to Home Depot. I got a box, right, one of those container boxes, and then I went and I bought some dirt, right? Now the dirt is something I would use eventually anyway, so it wasn't like a big concern. It was just like a bag of dirt. Really, I could have went down to the local dump and got dirt for free. And all I did was just take those bags, put it in there, and that's it. Strapped it down, and I didn't have any issues. It's just one single box of dirt. So, woohoo! I was doing a lot of fishtailing. I put sandbags in the back over the axle, worked right in. Yep, exactly. Same concept. With me, I just took a box of dirt and put it back there. But right now, like for me, I actually do. For those that don't know, I actually run. I have an Etsy store. It's called wolfwoodandlaser.etsy.com, and basically on there, I do a lot of personalization and stuff like that. Right. So I have a lot of products that I have laying about. Whoop. Laying about. And what I did since I was going to a lot of crafts fairs, especially during the winter months, I have like my tables back there. I got a tent back there. So I got like a whole bunch of other stuff back there. So I didn't need room for the dirt anymore. So basically, the box of dirt is sitting off to the side right now, and it's not being used. So I'm stuck. Anyway, I think this has worked out well. It's not 100%. I wouldn't say this is like as good as one of those, right? But this is a smaller truck, you know. Um, can I adjust? I don't think, yeah, you can even adjust anything anymore because everything is just kind of, the shocks are just, we're just sitting on the shocks right now. So, and I think that is it for tonight. I do. This was kind of fun. I kind of wanted to get back into Scrapmechanic for the longest time, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, it does take a long time to build things, you know, and make them work. Is there a way to set this to night? I would like to see how the night goes. Options, display graphics, dynamic lights off, on line, God rays, camera shake. Turn that off. Uh, advanced, friends, smart. I don't think there is a way to put on night mode. Huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing any like a time indicator for this. I'm sure maybe it's like slash night. Oh, sweet. There we go. Hey, 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 hey. Look at that. That's a cool looking truck. We really cut into ourselves. I'm just realizing that. Anyway, I think this is about it. This again, this was fun. Would I do this again? I'm not sure. It's just it's enjoyable to play the games like this, but at the same time, it's just like, do I really want to spend, you know, for how many hours was this? This was like, trying to find a time, three and a half to 4 hours building one single vehicle, right, or building a structure or something like that. When I do structures like that one over there, that would took hours to do, and I had help with that. So, and yeah, it's I'm hope if you are watching this after the after your, you know, after it has been posted to YouTube. I hope you have found your answer to your building question, and it's very simple. And I'll just reiterate: it's about scaling, right? You got to make sure you scale everything. And yes, I started to do shaping as I was scaling, but I'm that's just how I build, and it's a concept of do as I say, not as I do. If you, as long as you know you're scaling, the shaping will come along as well. So yeah, it that's all you have to do. If you know how to scale, you should be able to shape it, because then you got a concept on how big, or how big of a structure you need to do. Get rid of that. And even then, I still have a problem with scaling. As you can see here, this is actually quite big. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to. I need to not upgrade. How do I adjust the... I forgot how to adjust the bearings. I think... Can I just select the bearings? Anyway, I'm not going to go nuts with this anymore. This is pretty fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the footage tonight or the live stream tonight. It's just intended to be a chill night. You know, it's not really intended to be like super uber deluxe. So I hope you guys, you know, learn something about how to do build in Scrap Mechanic. Even though I I could have done 100% better. I could have done way better, right? But I think for what I built, it looks pretty damn good. So, yeah. That's I was going for a chill night. Unfortunately, the guys, a lot of stuff are going on with the guys, and one's going to flying somewhere. The other one's grumpy as hell. So it's just like whatever it is, you know. So, and I wanted to play with the guys, but I can totally understand where they're coming from as well. I think my headset is buggered, so it's got to be buggered because it's making a crackling noise. I'm also missing a piece of it. I don't know where it went to. I have to look for it. But anywho, guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight here on Commando Wolf Gaming. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Did you guys know on YouTube about 10% of you are actually subscribed to the channel? That's right, about 10% of you are actually subscribed to the channel. So make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification button to be notified on when I'm updating the channel, because I try to update the channel as often as possible. Now, I also need views. That's right, guys. I need a lot of views. We're talking about hours and hours of views. Because right now, in order for me to make monetization on YouTube, I have to have over 3,000 hours viewed on my channel, and I'm around 1,300 to 1,400 hours viewed. And if you guys can kind of like tune into my live streams, I'm always live streaming every Monday and Tuesday night. You know, that's why I hit the bell notification button so you guys know this. And so, yeah, so you guys can watch and, you know, join the greater community. You know, Dejur, he's always here with me. So Monday, Tuesday night, we're live streaming. Even if you just want to sit and chill, you don't have to talk. I don't care. You know, just it helps out helps out the numbers, you know, on the channel. So I gotta save this. Work truck. Just gonna put work truck on here. Okay, and then if you don't want to do that, you can get something from my Etsy store. My Etsy store is wolfwoodandlaser.etsy.com. In that store, we have so many different things that you can buy for yourself, for your friends, for your family, for your enemies, and you can get personalized. You can also get some already pre-designed items. Are you kidding me? I want to get this to the ground. Pre-designed items. Right now we are running a spring sale. It's spring 2520. Spring 2520, and all you have to do is go to the store, select the item, and just put up the coupon code spring 2520, and you get a discount. What else is pinned underneath here? And so, yeah, if you want to buy something from there, please do so. Again, that actually helps out not only myself, but the channel as well. So, we're going to blow this up. We're just going to blow it up. The jury, you wanted explosions. We're going to give you explosions. Other than the Etsy store, you can also go to the... Yeah. I got to get this out of my world. I literally welded it to the floor instead of, you know, the actual stick that I had. So this has to go. It has to go. This whole thing has to go. Missing a lot of bombs over here. You can also go to my merchandise store. It's linked down below. And basically, in my merchandise store, I have long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts, baseball caps, and beanies. They are all available for you to purchase. They're all super comfortable. In fact, I'm wearing a t-shirt, one of the t-shirts from the store right now. Pardon me. Because it's super comfortable. I like to kind of wear them all the time. So yeah, you can buy something from there, or you can actually ask for my logo on from my Etsy store. You can say, "Hey, look, I watch your channel, and I just want to something with your logo on it." And again, that kind of that comes back to help me with my channel as well. So, in either process, and every little bit helps. I forgot there was a bathroom back here. Okay. Lovely little shooting range. We're gonna make this whole thing go bye-bye. Probably doing it doing it, but you know, this game has a tendency of crashing as well when you blow stuff up, depending on your computer as well. My computer, it has been doing good lately, so I can only imagine that this is not going to go well. So oop. I need to get over there. Thank you. Yeah. My character would survive anyway. I don't have a health bar. And I actually don't know how to enable the health bar in creative mode. I'm sure there's a button that I can hit or something, but... Well, not just a button, but just something in general. Some of this stuff is probably going to survive, just for the simple fact that of the resistance on them. But this is going to create one hell of a mess, though. Okay. Yeah, well, that's the deal behind it. Let's go over here. Okay, here we are. Put it really in a bad spot too, but and it's gone. Told you some stuff is gonna survive. It's all the level 3 stuff. Level 3, level 3, just about all the level 3 stuff. Yep, it was very anticlimactic too, just for the simple fact that obviously it was just like, it just disappeared, evaporated on itself. Okay, I think that's all of it. Yep. All right. Well, that was a fun end. And there we go. This world has been cleaned up. I'm actually this very chill stream. So are you I love it. I love it. Thank you, Twitch. Luckily, Ban Evader restricted. No shit. Should go on that website and use it to get more views. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's my outro, right? We did our explosion. We talked about Etsy store, right? We talk about, my other merchandise store. Talk about helping out the channel. Oh yeah, you can leave tips. Certain systems have a tip system, like Twitch, Rumble, and Odyssey. They have their own tip system, or there's a link provided down below for that if you want to do that. Yeah, so basically on YouTube, watch more of my live streams on every Monday and Tuesday nights. I'm always streaming Monday and Tuesday nights. We do exclusive live streams on Wednesday nights for Rumble and Odyssey and Twitch. So if you want to join us on that, then that would be fantastic. And there is a lot of censorship that's going on YouTube. And in fact, one of the recent games that I put up called Schedule 1, I'm kind of hesitant to leave up on YouTube just for the simple fact that I don't know how YouTube will react with it. So if it ends up disappearing, it's not going to be up on YouTube anymore. But if you do want to see all the episodes and you want to see stuff that is not censored, I would suggest you should go and take a look at what's it called? Rumble. At Rumble, they're really less restrictive on there. In fact, I'm going to be leaving up a lot of stuff on there that are less censored. Like for instance, Fallen Aces, Schedule 1, and so much more. So if you do want to see that stuff in the uncensored format, you got to check out Rumble in the long run. So anywho. I think that's about it. I'm going to blow up these trucks as well. So, it's fine. I got them saved. So, not a big deal. More kabooms. That's right. That one's probably going to survive a little longer, but it's fine. Okay, and... bada boom. All right. Well, that's the end of this live stream. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I love you all. You all have a nice night. You have a nice night, DeJuro. Thank you again for tuning in. If you are here tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do some more. I don't think we have anything set up yet. I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do, I don't know, something not normal. I don't know. I'll figure it out. All right. See you.